Hey, this is Dr. Osborne with MarketFunctionalMedicine.com with a update on a simple internet strategy you can use to increase your website traffic for free without paying for advertising. This strategy has built for my team. It has built over 100,000 unique monthly visitors to one of my main websites. And so I wanted to show this strategy to you today because it's super easy to implement. So step one, what you'll need to implement this strategy is a Gmail account. If you don't have one, it's very easy to set up. Go to gmail.com and create an account, because one of the tools we're going to be using is a Google tool called Google AdWords, as you see up here in the left-hand upper corner. Now, once you have a Google account, you can go to adwords.google.com, and notice here we're in the home section. What we're going to do once we get to Google AdWords is we're going to go to the tools section, and we're going to come down here to Keyword Planner. Now it's just going to take a minute to load up. As we're loading that up, what we're actually doing is we're trying to reverse engineer how to find very targeted traffic to our website, but and how to create content around that targeted traffic, again, without having to pay for advertising. So once you get to this keyword planner, you're going to click this top feature here, search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. And so we're going to use, in this example, symptoms of gluten intolerance as our keyword phrase. Now, it's important when you're using keywords to do this, don't choose one word. Like, don't pick gluten, don't pick adrenals, don't pick thyroid. Pick a phrase, something that a person might actually type into a Google search engine. And so we've typed in symptoms of gluten intolerance, and then you click down here to the Get Ideas button. And what's going to happen is Google is going to bring up a ton of data for you to kind of start looking through. Now, what we're looking at are ad ideas that Google will give back to you. In other words, if you were going to spend money driving ads, these are group ad ideas. We don't want this. We want to click on this feature, Keyword Ideas. So once we get there, we go open this Keyword Idea page. And so what you're going to see here, symptoms of gluten intolerance. So you're going to get two very important pieces of data back. One, you're going to get this number right here, this average monthly searches. In other words, every month somebody types this phrase in on a Google search engine. That's 18,000 people, more than 18,000 people a month type that phrase in. And the other data we're going to get from this is the competition. Now, what competition refers to is how many people are out there targeting this keyword and buying traffic to this keyword. In other words, is it a high competition keyword or is it a low competition keyword? The magic, kind of the magic sweet thing that we're looking for here is we're looking for a phrase that delivers a lot of average monthly searches, in this case in the thousands, but has low competition. So this is an example of a very, very ideal keyword phrase that we could use if we wanted to start targeting our content creation around this phrase. And what I mean by targeting content creation, as you're marketing your clinic and thinking about how to go about intelligently marketing your clinic, using the internet is a very powerful tool. So here we have this keyword phrase, symptoms of gluten intolerance. How would I then market to this phrase? Well, I might create a video that talks about the symptoms of gluten intolerance, or I might create a blog post that talks about the symptoms of gluten intolerance, or I might create a podcast or an image that talks about the symptoms of gluten intolerance. And so as you see here, as I create all of those, you create any of those pieces of content or all of those pieces of content, now Google is going to register that content. So what happens over time, because there's low competition, you creating this type of content increases your chance of getting free traffic from Google. It's just a targeted strategy we can use. Now, if we come down here, I'm going to show you Google also gives you, based on the phrase we typed in, Google also gives you other ideas. And so some of these ideas are pretty standard. You can see like gluten-free diet, there's 201,000 searches a month, and it's medium competition. It would probably be a lot harder to rank for this term because of the competition. We wouldn't want single word keyword phrases. We want multiple words. We want what are called long tail keywords. So long tail means multiple words. So like in this example down here, this is another really good one. It's celiac disease symptoms, 49,000 monthly searches, low competition. Gluten intolerance symptoms, again, different than symptoms of gluten intolerance, 49,000 monthly searches with low competition. So you can see Google gives you back this data. If you, whatever you type in up here, Google will give you back data plus the ideas of what keyword phrases you can use to start creating content around that keyword phrase. Again, this is I can't underestimate or underemphasize the power of this particular tool and doing this. Again, we get on average 100,000 Google hits on our website a month by implementing this strategy. So I'm going to show you how we were able to actually do this. So we go over here to this, we typed in symptoms of gluten intolerance, which again, this is the phrase I used in the keyword planner. And this is actually how we came about doing this. So what we did is we created a gluten-free quiz. And around that quiz, one of our keywords was this phrase. In other words, we maximized or optimized the page, that gluten-free quiz page that we created, to this keyword. And you can see this gets 1.5 million results. Okay, so out of 1.5 million results on the internet, okay, my website, Gluten Sensitivity or Gluten Free Society, is ranked on the top page. And again, this is one just example of how if you target particular keywords, you can get ranked really, really quickly, especially those low competition keywords. And so again, out of 1.5 million searches, we rank on page 1. This is a very, very, very powerful tool. And again, just an example of how you can strategize creating your content versus just creating content based on what you guess people might be looking for, you guess people might want. So again, you can type anything into this box up here. You can type in, let's just use another example, natural treatments for thyroid disease. And Google, again, is going to give us back a lot of relevant data. Just give it a minute to load here. Again, this doesn't get a whole lot of hits, so this would be a bad idea to use this phrase to create an article and keyword our article to this phrase. We'd only be exposing ourselves to 10 monthly searches. That's not a good idea, and the competition is very high. So we wouldn't want to focus our attention on using this phrase. But again, Google gives us some other ideas down below. So now we can come down here and we can kind of peruse through this data, okay, and we can see, okay, what other keyword phrases could we use that might have more traffic but low competition. And again, looking through some of this, here's probably a pretty good one: symptoms of thyroid problems, creating an article or a blog post or video, and again, optimizing that for this key phrase. If you can get yourself to rank on page 1, you're going to expose yourself to 14,800 monthly searches. Going through, you can see Google gives us back down here 800 keyword options or keyword phrase options. So as we kind of again peruse through some of these natural cures for hypothyroidism. Now this one's a little bit better because you can see here 590 monthly searches. It's 590 potential patients coming to your website with very low competition. So this might be a good keyword phrase to use. Natural thyroid treatments. That high competition might not be one I would attack. So again, if we keep scrolling through these different options that Google has kind of analyzed for us and come back for us, you can see underactive thyroid natural remedies. Again, high competition might not be the one I would choose. Keep perusing through this and you might find some data that's going to allow you to kind of strategize creating your content. Again, keyword here is strategy. Strategize creating content that has a greater chance of ranking you on some of the top pages in Google search so that people will find your site organically. In other words, people finding you organically, you don't have to pay for traffic. You get organic people coming to your website, coming to view, because the bottom line at the end of the day, you can have a wonderful website with lots of wonderful information. But if you don't have visitors, if you don't have traffic coming into your website, then all of this is for naught. All of this becomes relevant. So I just want to show you now one last thing before we log out today. If we look at, this is one of my websites, tracking and analytics. So this is Gluten Free Society. This month, or in the last 30 days, from organic Google search, we've had over 107,000 people come and visit this website. Again, not paying for traffic. This is organic search. So again, if you create your content around this strategy, it won't take long. Google's going to start sending you a ton of free traffic, and this is how you're going to start building your list and gaining traction online. So hopefully this video is helpful in allowing you to kind of move forward in targeting and strategizing the type of content that you want to focus on creating for your audience, for your visitors. If you want more great information, go ahead and visit marketfunctionalmedicine.com. Got a lot of great free resources for you there. This is Dr. Osborne. We'll talk to you next time.